Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I'm your host, Shawn Walchef, and this is a Cali BBQ media production. And we are here today with a very special guest, Chris Biele, who is the marketing manager for AEG Entertainment Group here at the Pechanga Arena in San Diego.
Yes.
Chris, what's up?
How's it going?
It's fantastic.
Yes, I'm so stoked to be here. This is like next level stuff, and you do such a fantastic job doing this and barbecue, so stoked to be a part of it.
Well, I mean, for me, doing this podcast, starting with Behind the Smoke, doing 100 episodes with Derek Marceau, who owns a butcher shop, and I own a barbecue restaurant, it's really allowed us to look at marketing in a different way than just focusing on marketing Cali Comfort BBQ or Valley Farm. And it's allowed us to get into a position where we're always learning, learning things that I never knew existed, trying to figure out new platforms, figure out podcast distribution. And for us, we are here to talk about AEG specifically, but also your background. So for the listeners that don't know who Schultz Entertainment Group is, give us a little bit of the big behemoth of sports entertainment.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a global entertainment company. I'm definitely not, the official AEG spokesperson, but just, I mean, it is a company that has many tentacles.
Yes.
They own various facilities, including Pechanga Arena, San Diego, put on different festivals, different tours. So fantastic company to work for, just because of all that reach. And they do everything from Coachella to own sports teams, including, the Kings up in LA, and then various different buildings. Staples Center is one of their signature properties. Everybody knows Staples Center. And allows us also to kind of get together too, different marketers from different properties, or kind of coming together and collaborating. So it makes it definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me personally, one of the coolest things that's happening with marketing and with business, small business, big business, medium-sized business, is that everyone has to start understanding what is happening with marketing, what's happening with digital, how does our company present online, how does our company present in person. And that's led us to this very interesting place. What I'd love to hear more about kind of your background, because you definitely didn't go to school to get into sports entertainment properties, right?
No, I didn't. Yeah, my background, was TV news. So I set out starting college wanting to be a TV reporter. Ended up being a TV reporter, which was
college.
Cool.
So was there a moment that you decided?
I think in high school is really where I went to high school here at uni. Okay. Now it's Cathedral, relocated. My high school is, I think, a luxury apartment complex.
Yes,
right
it
now.
is.
Across from USD.
USD, my alma mater.
Oh, you went there?
I did.
Okay,
I graduated
cool.
from USD, yeah.
So in high school, we had kind of a video production team. I really liked that aspect of things. I wasn't actually fantastic academically, but really kind of gravitated towards all that creative stuff, and really saw TV news as kind of like accessible. It wasn't like film, which I felt was like Steven Spielberg and like, how do you crack that? Like, you need to be somebody's kid, that kind of thing. TV was even on that same realm for me, like, how do you get on a TV lot, that kind of thing. TV news seemed like there was like a TV station, like 5 or 6 of them in every town, and seemed like a way to kind of get into that realm. Liked telling stories, obviously. And liked being on camera. That worked out. And
were you ever awkward on camera? Because I think that's a big fear that a lot of business owners, a lot of people, even the people that we had on Behind the Smoke, Tabitha Lipkin, Heather Myers, Jim Trotter, these people, Jim Trotter was a writer, for the union. He studied journalism. but now he's on TV for an NFL network.
Yeah.
You know, so he never saw himself doing that, but he talks about how when he was first on camera, it's a weird experience.
I think weird experience.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I think I did it a lot younger, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I was kind of doing this at sort of an early age, and I think everybody goes through all the awkward stuff. Some people, I hate to tell you, probably never going to grow out of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people probably, maybe, maybe it's not their thing. You know what I mean? Some people you see that they work around it. You know, they find ways to, to find a presence. You know, some people kind of have it a little bit more naturally,
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it was thankfully a muscle I was able to exercise early on. And then I'm thinking by the time I kind of graduated college, certainly had done a fair amount to where, I felt comfortable. Now, still, you're thinking about like your first TV job. My first TV reporter job was in Palm Springs. So fun.
Really?
It was like the coolest thing in the world. It was like my college,
Really?
I went to college here,
Mm-hmm.
really kind of.
So you went to college with journalism?
I went to college for journalism here at UCSD.
Okay.
Yeah, communication. And, first time being live, I mean, I think it was a plane crash. It was a plane crash up in the hills of, something 120 degrees up there. And I'm thinking I need to have no notes was what my brain is telling me. Like, Biele.
No teacher told you that. No mentor, nobody.
Yeah,
this was
saying
just
like, Chris, you need to have no notes. You need to just do this flawlessly from day one, So I have my notes, I think, at the foot of my, at my feet, and it's windy.
You had a cameraman.
Oh yeah,
so
there's camera
you weren't
guy.
self-producing.
Yeah, so I wasn't self-producing. Yeah, there is like notes at my feet. They're flying everywhere. My brain is like everywhere too. Like equal as the paper.
Right.
Is my brain.
How many people are watching this?
Oh yeah, all this stuff.
I'm
You know
mess
what I
it up.
mean? It
This
was
is my
like
chance.
it was horrendous, dude.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I remember calling my boss. I'm like, dude.
Was it live?
Yeah.
Of course
shit,
it was live.
Yeah. And I'm saying, okay, that this is not my best representation. I will do better. This kind of thing. He knows. I mean, this guy was expecting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This guy knows you bring a guy the first time going live. He's not going to be incredible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I was putting more pressure.
Did you have any self-doubt, like in the beginning, that you could pick the wrong path?
Thankfully, I really try not to let that voice get too loud.
Mm-hmm.
I really, whatever it is, just outlook or whatever, I try to not let that voice get too big, and I think that I knew that it was something that that I would pursue and probably be good at,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I was, and then ended up going on to work in Sacramento and back down here in San Diego, moving here with my wife. And it was, it's a fun run. TV news.
Where did you meet your wife?
We met in Sacramento.
In Sacramento,
yeah,
and she was working at the news as well?
Yeah. She was a producer.
Okay.
And just hit it off immediately. And
Is she your producer?
Yes, dude.
She was?
Would be. Yeah. So I would.
That's funny. My wife's my producer.
Oh, really? Yeah. She's still my producer.
She's been producing my life since we
Yeah.
got married.
Yeah.
Probably before that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So you moved. Why'd you guys move down to San Diego?
I think my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're both looking for a city where we could, both be happy in and hang out together. And be together and she actually had the job, and I basically said to her, you go,
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure it out. And I ended up figuring it out. Fox 5, brought me in, and all the management there, like, cannot say enough good things about them.
Yeah.
And, worked there, they really set me up, for success, and so grateful that they, gave me the job so I could feel comfortable, moving to San Diego. Could have done it, would have been scary. We were, obviously not married at the time, didn't have kids at the time. So I could have moved down here with no job just wouldn't have been comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's always good to have cash. You know
so
what I mean?
you both got hired at Fox 5.
She was working at another TV
different
station at the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So how many different stations in San Diego did you work for?
Just that one.
Just Fox 5? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But in all, how many different stations? So Palm Springs, Sacramento.
Yeah, so it would have been the three. So it would have been Palm Springs, Sacramento, and Fox 5.
Any differences in how those stations were run?
Yes. I mean, you know, some want the, you know, kind of this, there's the mentality of like the kind of this do your own kind of thing. You know, that's like not a new phenomenon now. Now I used to call it like a new phenomenon. It's like, you know, since the beginning of
As
TV
far as
news,
do your own, what do you mean?
you know, like shoot,
Yep.
edit, report, you know, all those types of things. I thankfully
Blog, tweet, post
blog.
on Instagram.
Oh yes, blog, tweet.
Come on,
I forget.
gotta
I
get them
know.
all.
It's like, yeah.
The list is growing.
And so, you know, because reporters who were reporters in like the golden era will tell you now, like, I don't think I could do it.
The Anchorman era?
Yeah, the Anchorman. Yeah, like that day is gone, you know,
Yeah.
because, you know, now it's even if you have a photographer, which is I feel is the way to go. Even if you have a photographer, there is that aspect of the digital presence. Like, are you, you know, do you have 15,000 followers? You
Correct.
know? Can you help us promote? Do you have an audience, you know,
Yes.
on your own? So it's a different thing. I remember like first getting on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this thing?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Why do I need to be on
Yeah,
it?
why do I
does
need to
anyone
be on
care?
this thing? And then I start seeing like, okay, if I'm on a live scene
Yes.
and there is a standoff happening in a neighborhood, I'm like, oh my God, I just gained like 100 followers like
Correct.
right now, you know? And you find that other people with huge followings are retweeting you, you know,
Yes.
sharing all of your stuff. Oh, okay. You know, we found a guy. There's a guy there. He's doing, you know, he's live tweeting what's happening, you know. So it's interesting discovering all that and being part of all that, because I started reporting in 2007.
Yeah.
Economy was like on a downward spiral.
Yeah, that's when
quickly.
that's when I opened up a
your
restaurant
business.
in 2008.
So that's when it was like, you know, and you know, the social media thing, like there wasn't a social media person dedicated for TV stations then. And everybody was kind of like figuring it out, you know.
Well, I mean, that's actually it's crazy to think about, because 2007 is when the first iPhone came out, and I remember
I bought it.
when it came out. You know, I was at the time we were friends with Lou Bush, who used to play for the Chargers. He was opening up a barbecue restaurant at the same time we were opening up Cali Comfort.
Yeah,
and he was all about the iPhone. And I kept telling him,
who is this?
Lou Bush. So he was a linebacker. He was on radio. But my brother and him went to culinary school together, and then we became friends because we were opening up businesses at the same time. But he was so excited about this iPhone. Yeah. And I'm like, not going to do it. And, you know, fast forward 4 years after I got my iPhone, you know, I haven't looked back.
Yeah.
But what's happened from 2007 when that came out to where we are now in 2019, and you're talking about having a social presence at a news station, you know, to a restaurant that now we have a video crew, Blue Vision Entertainment, that's here helping us produce this in, you know, San Diego Sports Arena, Pechanga Arena. Yeah. There's a lot of things that are changing at a rapid rate.
Totally.
And the people that are going to win are going to be the ones that they know that you don't have to be the expert, but you have to be willing to try different things. Sure. You know, and I think, you know, one of the things that's been great for us as a small business is, I mean, if it wasn't for the internet, and if it wasn't for digital, and if it wasn't for our willingness to be on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and do email marketing, we wouldn't be open. Like I'm definitely confident in that. And I'm confident with this podcast that I want to keep having these conversations with people from all different backgrounds that are doing things that we admire, but that also have different depth of perspective. I mean, you went from the news media world to the sports entertainment world. Yeah. I see both of those together now. How do you feel? I agree. I think, you know, part of it is I brought the newsroom here, you know, and that's what I talk with a lot of people about. It's like creating your own story and thinking about it a little bit, you know, as a news reporter maybe would, you know, and how do we tell our story? Thankfully, you know, this building has a tremendous rich history. It's, you know, more than 50 years old. You know, you've had some incredible artists
and incredible just, sports happenings here.
Muhammad Ali,
I know. So
Ken Norton,
that's, this is the thing, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, unbelievable.
So you have, some of the biggest things in sports and entertainment, that have ever happened. We have fantastic, video, and photo archive to kind of play off of. So these are the types of things like, okay, like how can we tell our story? Like, beyond all the shows that we have coming up currently, because we have plenty of content related to that and we push it out because we have tickets to sell. But we also have this other side where we can also tell our story, And so, really trying to like hone in on like the content that really caters to that. So, on our website, we have, this day in history. So we have a lot.
So your job is your technical job is marketing manager
Yes.
for Pechanga Arena.
Sure.
Which means digital, which means everything.
Which means everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the
kinda
more
gotta
that
do
you
it all.
embrace that everything, the more that you find those opportunities, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So the website is, a keen example.
Yeah.
Because you have to drive ticket sales through the website, but you also have to educate people that are coming in, like
Totally.
us as a family coming to a Gulls hockey game. I need to know, can my stroller fit?
Yes.
Does it clear security or
Absolutely.
not?
Yeah.
Or does it have to stay in the car? Because those are things that I
Yeah.
didn't know I had to deal with
Yes.
until I had a family.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
became a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
But those are all important things that are not technically part of marketing.
Yeah.
But it needs to be on the marketing website, correct?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And part of that too is sometimes you're not on the website, So like with the This Day in History and some of those other details, sometimes we can do that on social because I know that much more than going to our website, people are reaching out to us on our social channels. So we do things on our social talking about like, hey, I know we have this thing on our website, This Day in History, but it kind of comes alive on our social channels where I'm able to show, hey, here's a photo of Aerosmith from their date here in the 70s, and
like
they
I remember
performed
my
here.
parents telling me about that show.
And more so than that, I get a lot more people who comment, I was there.
Yeah.
That's the funnest thing.
That's the best.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like I was there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, that's the essence of what entertainment is and what for us hospitality is. You want to create a memorable moment.
Totally.
And especially when you're doing something at this scale, because we try to. It's funny because now that I think about it, we've always run our restaurant as a mini arena. As much as we're a barbecue restaurant and we do breakfast and we do all these incredible things, but we're always trying to figure out how do we host something exciting that we can promote and that people would want to come in for. Yeah. So whether it's fight night, whether it's WWE, whether it's esports, whether it's NFL Sunday, we're going to figure out a way to make something exciting for people to come in, and that's what you guys do. You book shows, right? You guys have to book shows. If there's no one in here in this arena, if no one's playing,
nobody's here.
There's no business, right?
Yeah.
When did you decide you wanted to get involved here?
I really started gravitating towards live entertainment. I after kind of leaving TV.
You left TV before.
Yes.
So why'd you leave TV?
I still can't pinpoint an answer. I enjoy television. I love the producing of it. Now that I'm on the outside, kind of like prison talk. now that I'm on the outside, I really enjoy sort of the flexibility. I really enjoy that. We can. Just I don't know, corporate life, dude. It's like it's a little bit. It's different than reporting. I have the flexibility, to...
Reporting, were you on call or did you have a schedule?
Well, it's a little bit like...
Are you an independent contractor or are you an employee?
No, I mean, you're an employee.
You're an employee.
And like when you're there, you're working,
But you're scheduled to work?
Yes.
But you're not on call.
No, I was never on call. Yeah, I definitely had like my schedule. You know what I mean? Like it was
either weekdays or weekends.
Yes,
right?
a lot of that. You know what I mean? So those are some of the things that you kind of like. I work weekends here, but if I work a Saturday, I probably don't come in on Monday. Yeah. Those are the types of flexibilities you don't have in reporting. I can work from my phone.
Yeah.
Most
of your work is from your phone.
Yeah, Most is replying.
This is
from
digital.
Yeah.
Most of everything you do happens on your phone.
Exactly.
Less on your desktop.
And these are things where reporting, it really was like it's like this thing, like you really need to be there.
You had to be at the station.
You had to be at the station, on the scene, these types of things, you know. It's just when you get out of it, it's just like things open up, you know what I mean? Like your life becomes so much more open, you know? And I'm here plenty. Please, you know, don't like kid yourself that. Yeah. But a lot
of be in this business.
Yeah.
You want to still be here.
Yeah.
You're
working.
Work your ass off.
But still, though, I mean, I have the flexibility to work where I need, you know, and, you know, a lot of times it's here, you know, but other times it's like at Cali Comfort, you know, and I'm bringing an event to you guys where we're promoting WWE, you know, and it kind of opens up the world a little bit, you know, when you like stop thinking in the sense of like, oh, okay, like this is my job. This is my deal. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so it's interesting. I don't really know how to answer it. You know what I mean? Like why I ended up.
Did you see the job post, or were you approached? When did you meet Ernie? When did you learn about the job?
I got connected with folks down the hall at AEG Presents Golden Voice. So they're the promoter side of all of this. So they bring the artists here.
The booking side?
The booking side. Not not necessarily the booking side. They are essentially the ones who bring the artist here.
Okay.
And so then they work with our booker.
They pitch artists saying this is a venue you need to
add that we'll bring you here.
Yeah.
So I was connected with them, and they were kind of the ones that kind of got me thinking about AEG, you know, and kind of found out that they operate this building, Pechanga Arena, San Diego. So applied for a position that I saw open, and had heard through many different folks about Ernie and how he operates, and all of it's true. He's fantastic, you know, so great to work for.
And you can't become a San Diego legend if you don't back up what you say you're going to do. Oh, dude,
he is like 100%. Whatever somebody sells you about him, like buy it. Yeah, 100%. He's just, I mean, that genuine. You know,
I mean, after the first meeting I had with him and Ari Siegel, when we were talking about coming here and selling barbecue at, you know, at that time, Valley View Casino Center. But for me, it's always San Diego Sports Arena. I mean, that's just what I grew up. This is a sports arena. Naming rights, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
We get that revenue needs to happen for these things to go on. But I mean, I think, you know, part of the vision too was the rebirth of the arena. You know, it was, you know, right before the 50th anniversary, and it was how do we incorporate what you were talking about, a lot of these vintage events that have happened, and how do we put wallpaper the inside and make it a living museum. You know, and that's what I told Ernie. I was like, you know, I can't tell you how impressed I am as someone that, you know, loves San Diego and grew up in San Diego, to have the pride to go in and see all this, because like I'm learning as I'm walking around the concourse, and that's something that's really cool, because it's an old building.
I know
it's an old building, but there's still things that have been done, like the Stella Artois VIP lounge. It's incredible. It's a great place to go when you're watching, you know, the hockey game, the Gulls game.
Yeah, it's really cool. And, you know, and like you were talking about the wall wraps, I mean, that's one thing of, you know, making this building relevant, you know, and kind of showing as you're walking around. I mean, you really see cool stuff like Elton John Rock of the West East tour. You know, you see the Ollie Norton fight. You know, and then
our stand is right across from the Ollie.
Oh yeah, there you go. So you're always seeing
I take a lot of pride in that.
Yeah, you're always
absolutely.
Seeing it. And
big
then,
fight night guy, and that means a lot to us.
No, it's cool. And, you know, and then there's also, you know, some of the more current shows, because we also do that as well. I mean,
Justin
the
Bieber,
hottest
Taylor
tours.
Swift, Carrie Underwood, you name it. Garth Brooks, sold out.
Love it. Thank you. You're doing my job for me.
But I mean, that was the sell. There was no sell for Ernie. Like, Ernie didn't have to sell what was happening, because I knew what has been happening. I just didn't know to what extent it would be. And, you know, as a person that we own one restaurant, you know, for us, how it's crazy to think, oh, well, how can we actually get into a stadium? You know, why would someone even come out to approach us? But once you remove those fears and you just go and have the meeting, you figure it out. You know, it either works or it doesn't work. But I mean, I think that's one of the coolest things that's happening with sports entertainment, is that they're starting to understand that the fans want a deeper experience.
Mhm.
So they're bringing in restaurant partners
Yeah.
that are helping them. You know,
Sure.
like Petco Park has all these incredible
Oh, yeah.
restaurants,
Yeah.
and people go and they talk more about the restaurants and the breweries that are at Petco.
Yeah.
And you guys have done the same thing here.
Yeah.
You know, Ernie's worked really hard to get partners that
Yeah.
are buying into that, you know, that kind of vision.
And Ernie's done such a fantastic job, because as you walk around the concourse, you know, you definitely see all of that,
Mhm.
you know, the local favorites. So I think all of that was a success.
For sure. So tell me about specifically the digital side of your job and the opportunities that you see and kind of the challenges that you have with different artists coming in, because a lot of it you want to have collaboration with the
Mhm.
artists because this is the venue.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the artists run their own social.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have a team,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's the manager or
Mhm.
whether it's an agency.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of different things. What's been the most successful, I guess, campaign that you guys have ran?
Well, whenever they skew younger, you know,
Okay.
it always helps, you know.
On which platform?
On Instagram, I'd say, you know, primarily we focus like on Instagram for storytelling and, you know, getting information about the show out. And I'm talking day of show. You know, Facebook really still sells tickets for us, you know.
So sponsored posts or just Facebook?
Organic and sponsored
organic
too.
and
So
sponsored.
like, you know, when you were talking about like what my responsibility is, it really differs like per show, you know. Sometimes I'm
Does
just
the budget differ, or is the budget the same? It's an annual budget that's allocated throughout the shows.
So it would be for us per show basis would have like their own little bucket.
Pool of money.
Sometimes I have access to the bucket. Sometimes I don't. You know,
You have to get creative with your own.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm kind of, you know, working on organic content because I know somebody else is handling the bucket of money. And then other times we have promoters who come into the building that need us to manage that for them, which we're more than happy to do. You know, so we have all the capabilities. But my desk, I oversee the social, and that includes organic and paid. And like you were saying, sometimes the artist has content to collaborate with, and we're getting access to that, and definitely makes your job easier. You know,
Well, I mean, it's no secret that the athlete, the artist, the person that's on, if they have a following and they get it, and I say get it meaning like they understand the game that's going on, it makes your job easier, but it also helps exponentially the arena, the venue, the fans, the fan experience, because that's what that engagement is. I mean, the stuff that, you know, Lady Gaga does and her social team, the same with Taylor Swift. I mean, they have these followings because they're not treating these as corporate spots that I'm just going. They're finding out what's San Diego. You know,
Totally.
I'm going to speak to the people of San Diego because those are the fans that are paying for, you know, the experience. But that's why they amass these big followings, right?
It's insane, and I have no clue what those teams look like, to be honest with you.
Right.
They've got to be big, you know.
I mean, that's the craziest. The more that people invest in digital, the more they see that return. When you're talking about the marketing budget, and the bucket of money. I mean, that's something that all business has to look at. You know, we have to look and go to different departments and start talking about these storytelling. How do we get our name online, our product online, what we do online? How is that going to get out there, and how's it going to get allocated in a strategic way that makes sense, so that everyone's not just throwing darts in different rooms? You know what I mean?
And now for us too, you know, my like biggest like accomplishment of late has been this Pixel. Like this thing has been a thorn in my side forever, because I'm not truly convinced that everybody is doing it correcely. You know,
so explain the Pixel.
Well, the Pixel follows you. You know, it's like a piece of sticky code that follows somebody who clicks on an ad. You know, and so for us, super important, because at the end of the purchase, I want to know like how much did I make off this ad? You know, I spent sometimes I only have $400 to put behind an ad. You know, sometimes we've got $3,000. You know, sometimes we've got more. You know, and I want to see. You know, okay, like that's fantastic. I got 200 clicks on something today, but did anybody buy anything? You know, so that was where we stopped, you know, and now there are capabilities, you know, if working correctly, and it was not working correctly for so long. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to diagnose it myself. And then finally, learn everything online and all these types of things. YouTube, you can learn everything. Yeah.
Correct.
And then finally kind of getting, from another source, somebody who did have it correct, a good friend within the network, kind of found the template, so, without a programmer, I'm not sure I would have been able to do it myself, but,
that's the best part of the world that we live in now is that there's so much technology that's changed so fast.
Yeah.
And you don't want to look stupid.
Yeah.
I don't want to look stupid. When we were redoing our website, I had one of my best friends, his father did our website.
Yeah.
And I wanted it updated because I wanted to promote the upcoming fight.
Sure.
So I sent him an email and he tried to, he updated it. It didn't have the terms that we wanted for entrance and 21 and up, and so I had to email him back.
Yeah.
And that's time that is search engine optimization for people that are searching, where do I watch the fight in San Diego?
Yeah.
I'm losing all that time.
Yes.
But I had to get over myself and be like, I don't have an IT background.
Yes. Oh,
Totally. It took one of my best friends, Adam Harris, saying, dude, I'm going to put you on a platform, WordPress, and I'm going to teach you how to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, and they sat me down, and I still don't know how to do it, but I know how to do it just well enough to know that it's very important.
Yeah.
And it's very important that our website is mobile friendly.
Yeah, sure.
Because I look at the Google Analytics and I look at the report of how many people are coming to the website.
Oh, yeah.
And since I've been looking at the report for the last 10 years, the mobile numbers it just keeps growing and growing and growing.
It is.
Because that's guess what? That's where I'm looking.
That's where it's at.
When my wife and I go out, that's where we look. I look on my
know.
phone if I'm in a new place.
And hard to think about time before that too.
It's very hard.
Isn't that like crazy? Like, because you were talking about the first iPhone, I'm thinking I remember buying the first iPhone and having a computer like out in the field. That
having
was
a
like
computer
having a computer. You know what I mean? Because before, blessing and a curse. Like sometimes it's like, you just didn't have it. Correct. You know what I mean? Like blissfully ignorant.
Correct. Blissfully ignorant.
And now it's like, you have all the technology
and all the information.
Yeah, and all the information. Yeah, so you better be on it.
You better be on it. But you're also, that's everyone has it.
Yeah.
Like that's where all the opportunity is.
Yeah.
And that's where the opportunity is for a partner of the arena to say, hey, well, there's an upcoming Garth Brooks show.
Yeah.
How can we coordinate a social?
Yeah.
Like, what can we do together to promote WWE?
Sure.
And you've gone out of your way to give us promotions.
Yes.
To bring your team out to do ticket giveaways where we announce it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, to the WWE community who, until we started doing those, we really, as a sports entertainment bar, we didn't focus on WWE.
Yeah.
It was the first time that we held a pay-per-view WWE event was Ronda Rousey.
And fun, right?
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable.
Like they're a fun crowd.
We were streaming it.
Yeah,
streaming the WWE off of their channel.
Yeah.
But they were great partners. You guys were great partners, and it created a unique event that we still to this day have customers from that event that ask us, when are we going to show the next WWE fight?
Totally.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think needs to continue to happen.
And it was fun. I remember, we just did like fun stuff. Like we had the DJ.
Yep.
I loved the security guard who was guarding over the tickets at one point. We had the WWE does this Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Money in the Bank lunchbox, I think, and we had the comic security guard just like standing there watching over everything. We had the patio packed.
Yes, packed.
Which was like, it was a Tuesday or a Monday.
Correct. Which is another reason why for restaurant owners and bar owners, we're always trying to figure out ways to increase sales when sales are slow.
Mm-hmm.
Having an event that's already a scheduled event that's as big as the WWE is, you're tapping into a base that's maybe never been to your place.
Yeah.
And it's huge.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll appreciate that. And maybe they'll come in, in a month for someone's birthday.
Yeah.
Just because you have the WWE fight. That's how they found out about you.
And then now too, whenever we announce WWE, like part of our standard script is like, how do we get Cali Comfort BBQ involved? You know what I mean? And it's so fun because I send stuff to you, you're receptive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's another thing too that I think separates you though. you're receptive to stuff.
We're digitally receptive
Yeah.
because we know that opportunities are fleeting. And I
Yeah.
think that's why I love Twitter as much as I
Yeah.
do, is because you can hear somebody on the news, you can hear somebody on local radio talk about something, and Scott Kaplan, who's Mighty 1090, who is no longer on the air, but he's doing a digital show. He could say something, and if it's something that Cali Comfort can offer, I don't even have to have a formal sponsorship agreement with him. I can just tweet at him, hey, we can bring you barbecue.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
we go and bring him barbecue,
Yeah.
and then now we've tapped into his audience.
Yeah.
And those are things that, in the world that we live in, it's amazing, because an artist could ask for something. Hey, where should I go out to eat? I'm in San Diego. And if you're receptive and you have people that support you, they might say it's Cali Comfort.
Yeah.
Which is rad.
Totally.
Tell me about the special art.
Dude.
So if you're watching on YouTube, we've got some incredible art behind us that is I like the special touch that it is. Tell me about it. Tell me about the story.
So this is a program, another, Ernie Hahn, program that he started, and this is one artist, Mel Marcello, who is on it. I probably have an email right now of another incredible poster
Awesome.
that I've been hanging out for. And for every artist that comes in, we do this commemorative poster.
Artists, so
every artist,
including comedians.
Yes, absolutely. And it has become this thing. It's like taken on a life of its own. Like artists who come here, they are walking around. They're seeing that we have a ton of these backstage as well. They're walking around. They're seeing these incredible posters. I mean, the artwork, it's unlike anything else. Mel does tremendous research to try to figure out what people are into, kind of takes people maybe, over the years, those are some of the things that they're into currently. I mean, who knew? Sometimes things that even the artist is like, whoa.
Very impressed. I mean, it's a thank you note from the arena, from Ernie, from your group, that says thank you in a way that it's so personal, because of the work and the dedication that he does, and it's presented because think about how many tours these people go on,
and think about that these people. I mean, I love the way Ernie explains it. These are people who literally have everything.
What can you get? What swag bag could you possibly?
I know people talk about, oh, my mom, she has everything. My dad, he has everything. What do I get him? These people literally, I mean, have everything. You know, and this is something.
Even if you didn't have everything, this is something that goes so above and beyond, because it goes into the heart of who the person is.
Oh, totally.
And that's that research that he does as an artist, but then expresses it in a way that's like, this is a memorable moment that that artist is always going to remember. Oh, I did 500 shows, but look at the one I did in San Diego.
Totally. Yeah. And we find that, artists, talk about framing this in their studios, these types of things. Ronda Rousey was somebody who was super receptive,
awesome.
Had already had a poster. We saw her come back with WWE. She was like on cloud nine that she was featured in this thing, shared it on all of her social platforms. This has become kind of its own thing, where new artists walk around seeing the posters, and whenever we meet them, give them the poster, they're looking at us with such appreciation. They say, my favorite is, when I was wondering if I was going to get one of these too. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, of course.
It's because you become immortalized.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
You become a piece of art, and you become part of the history, the rich history of you played in the same place that Ali got knocked out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, John Wooden's last championship was here in Sports Arena.
Yeah, sure. And they see their friends too, you know what I mean? Like for the current artists, even take it to, where we are now, and they're kind of looking around like, oh, okay, like I'm in the company of these incredible artists, and, artists who come back, come to expect, what is my poster like today,
Because it's a new tour.
It's a new tour,
Yep.
you know, and it's new art, new research. We get the posters shared on the artist's Instagram. I mean, this is like, 13 million followers, where these posters are getting,
It's incredible.
getting shared. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are a gift. I mean, they're a true gift.
Yeah.
These are not for sale.
Yep.
These are intended to commemorate the event. It's intended to thank the artist for coming here, and really it's not about that monetization of this and
it's physical.
And it's physical, and I think that's why it's so
digital.
special.
I mean, yes, they can share it digitally, but it's more than that.
Yeah.
And like that's the part of the thing that we love as being restaurant owners is the combination of the digital world and the physical world, and how do we create an experience in the restaurant within the four walls, but also here in the arena when someone has their pulled pork nachos. But there has to be that interaction, that interaction that makes it memorable. Because if you got to have a feeling behind it, right? And then this gives that feeling to the artist.
Absolutely.
And that's something that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to tell us just a little bit about, you came out to the restaurant, we were talking about the conference that you went to with AEG, kind of the strategies behind social that are kind of hot right now.
I loved like the meeting of the minds. We all kind of came together in LA, and I did kind of pull away some different tactics, and it was in talking with people from various different properties. And I mean, these are things that I didn't think about, but are logical, and you're like, why didn't I think of that? And of course, ideas that who knows where they came from. Everybody's sharing, ideas that are kind of already kind of out there,
Correct.
And, one thing that I kind of walked away with was this voice, that is there a way that in your absence, somebody can post content to where the user sees this one entity, this one character. So, for your brand, it may be you, it may be your voice, but when somebody steps in, how can that person channel your voice, on
multiple
platforms. Again, I keep coming back to like in your absence, what I mean? Like how can somebody carry that voice on? And then even beyond that, it's like putting pen to paper. Like maybe the voice isn't the owner of the company. Maybe somebody has a brand where maybe that doesn't work, know? But maybe our voice needs to be like a 34-year-old female who watches TLC, know? And let's immortalize that. Let's put pen to paper. Let's say what our voice is and how can all of us, channel that? How can we be, maybe our brand is a 28-year-old male, who, frequents, sporting events. How can I, channel that and make sure that all of us are thinking along those lines when we post our copy? And then how can we research a little bit? Like, how do they talk? Come to find out they only write like one word and a period,
it couldn't be more
stoked,
it couldn't be more interesting time because more people need to be involved on social. Because if you're not involved on social, then you don't know where all that opportunity is. You don't need to be an expert. Nobody's an expert. I mean, I'm terrified when anyone tells me they're an expert I'm an Instagram expert. I'm a LinkedIn expert. Okay, you're not. And when LinkedIn changes, you'll be irrelevant. Like you need to be an all the time learner. Like you have to always be learning, and there's there's multiple people that are doing incredible things. How are they doing those things? It doesn't have to be in your industry. I think that's the the most exciting thing for us doing this podcast is as a barbecue restaurant, we've never really stayed in our lane. I mean,
I can tell.
we don't ask for permission to go to other lanes. We do whatever the fuck we want to do, and then we'll apologize if we need to. But we're confident in knowing that we believe that we should be there and we should get involved. If our curiosity leads us to want to get involved, then we should go and do that. And if we are going to do that, we should do it 100%. So if we're going to be a partner with the Gulls, we're going to be all in.
Yes.
Like, we're not just a sponsor on paper that says, oh, we need to have a live mention, during the second period, and, we're going to give a giveaway to the fans after the game. Like, no, my wife, my son, my daughter now, we're going to be at the game. We're going to be there. And when my catering team comes, it's going to be our A-list catering team. And we're going to treat it like this is our Super Bowl. Those are the buy-ins that you have to get where things can become exponential. And you can start getting opportunities.
And I have a lot with Cali Comfort too. So many different touch points outside of you and I knowing each other. Like hand to God, dude. Like when at Fox 5,
we love Fox 5.
There's like barbecue, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay, like who is Cali Comfort? You know what I mean? You're like thinking like, oh, okay. And then, the thought drifts, you know what I mean? And then it's Christmas time and I get a gift bag, from Fox 5 and Cali Comfort's in there,
top of mind. Yes.
And then, you know what I mean? And then I come here, come to work at this arena. And then, Cali Comfort's, on the concourse. And, so there were honest, like, touch points that, that I had with you guys before I even, like, came to really know you guys,
Correct.
Which I think is so cool,
I mean, that's the thing that we love to do the most is that it's allowed us the opportunity to develop those relationships.
Yeah.
If we didn't have this relationship with Ernie and the arena and Ari bringing us into the Gulls and then Matt Savant taking over as the president, Matt was the one that invited Cali Comfort to San Antonio. My wife and I went to San Antonio on a partner, trip paid for by the Gulls.
So cool.
The three partners that were there were Cal Coast Credit Union, Fox 5, and Cali Comfort.
Yeah.
Like one of those didn't belong. But guess what? Me and my wife, we were going to go.
Yeah.
And we were going to have a
cool,
fucking
though.
great time.
Yeah.
And we
so
went.
Cool,
that's where we met Scott Heath, who's the president of Fox 5.
So
we had him on Behind the Smoke. And it's just, it's given us opportunity.
Yeah.
If you do things in life where you are all in and you give it your best, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
What if you fail? Okay, you failed. But at least you're doing something that you love to do.
Yeah.
And like for us, we love sports. We love entertainment. We love getting involved in a way that is not just our four walls because it forces us to learn and to grow.
Yeah. Do you come for the shows? Do you like the shows?
I love the shows.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the first year I've ever been to Disney on Ice.
Okay.
Ernie was so nice to let us come to that. But
I brought my kid for 5 seconds. But, he was too young.
He was meltdown?
He was
how old is your son?
Well, he's 16 months now.
Yeah.
But I think we try just because the tickets are there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
we gotta go.
Yeah. Okay. So we go, and it just he needed a little bit more maturing.
Yeah.
Before he kind of like got the the spectacle of it all, but we'll bring him back when he's a little bit older. But I mean, that's what's so cool about this place. All the entertainment. There's the family entertainment. Yep. Everybody loves Disney on Ice. They've been here forever. There's the sports, and then there are the shows.
Absolutely.
And it's just.
I mean, my wife and I came to Enrique Iglesias and Pitbull.
Such a good show.
Which was just. I've been to a huge range of different artists, but the show that they put on, I mean, we still talk about it to this day. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable here, and
then now it's all about the pyro and that all it just becomes just a huge production, and it takes it to the next level. It's so fun.
So if our listeners want to reach out to you personally, I know you're on Twitter.
Yes.
Chris?
At Chris_Biele, Biele.
And then for everything related to the arena?
Yes, just Pechanga Arena, San Diego.
Okay.
Kind of search us out. Most of us, I think we ended up with Pechanga Arena SD on Instagram and Twitter, and then Pechanga Arena San Diego on Facebook, and would love to stay connected with people in that way as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I can't thank you enough for the time. I was able to record a POV episode.
Love it.
With you today on your show, and we got some behind-the-scenes footage with Blue Vision.
Yeah.
And for us, we're just so excited about this podcast, continuing to tell the story of people doing cool shit.
Yeah.
Because it's 2019. If we don't embrace digital now, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I don't want to be Toys R Us. Yeah. I don't want to be Blockbuster.
Oh my God, please.
The fact that I can't take my son to Toys R Us is
Yeah.
so. I mean, I know there's a rebirth kind of that might be happening.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to have a presence.
Yes.
You have to have a presence in the pocket.
Well, like, I'm stoked that you even asked me, because like most of my thought is like, okay, like,
What the fuck does he
well,
want?
I want to know about you. I want to talk to you because you know what you're talking about,
Well,
and then you're asking me. I'm like, I don't know. I'm talking to you.
Well, I mean, that's why we on Behind the Smoke have encouraged
Yeah.
so many people, no matter where they
Yeah.
live, no matter where you listen to this podcast. Podcasting forces you to be a reporter in the way that you were.
Yeah.
But it's not a reporter where someone's telling me, hey, go do this.
Yeah.
Go cover this. I go cover what I want.
So cool.
And I want to cover things that if I think it's relevant, I hope that some other restaurant owner, some other bar owner, somebody that doesn't know what they want to do yet, hey, maybe they think sports entertainment is something that I want to do.
Totally.
Or maybe I want to get involved in hospitality.
Yeah.
There's so much going on with video, with audio, with podcast production that you can follow your dream and you can start doing things where we've served barbecue to Antonio Gates, a Hall of Fame tight end.
So cool.
Like if you told me that when I was in high school, I'd say that's crazy.
I agree. Isn't that cool?
Like I'm a San Diego guy. Why am I serving barbecue to, but we got paid to do it, and for us, we're just really excited about Pechanga Arena, which you guys have on the calendar. Excited for Gull season, excited for the Seals.
Yep.
The Seals are new lacrosse team, year 2. And the Sockers also. Hopefully Landon Donovan comes back. I don't know what's happening with that, but
and you've got football too.
And you got football too. That's right.
All the shows. It's going to be a banger 2020 as well. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it, and we can't wait to see you in the arena.
Thank you, brother.
You got it. Boom. Look at that.